to entertain you more than me, because this is more of something on health issues, but we all have come for fun, so we will have fun by 4:30 p.m. So I'll just try and rush through this and tell you exactly what this is. Now, if you want to live a long and peaceful life, the first thing that is to be done is daily exercise is compulsory for each and every one of you. If you don't exercise for 1 hour a day out of 24 hours that you get, it's basically like you're not servicing your body. If you don't do the servicing to your body, and especially to your heart, which is the engine, automatically the engine starts breaking down very fast. So a little bit of exercise, and especially in a group, because I have seen, if you ask me to do exercise alone at home, I might do for 1 day, 2 days, but the third day I'll forget it and I'll give an excuse. But when we are in a group together, we can do the exercises much better. And that is how this concept of living happily with diabetes started. And if you have to do this exercises properly, automatically you can actually burn out some calories and at the same time live life more healthy. Because the servicing to the body is required. Because this is like an engine. So if your car, say suppose you keep your car in the garage for 1 month, what do you feel will happen to the battery? Will the battery remain the same? You might have to push it afterwards. So same way, your heart is basically the engine. And this engine has to be serviced with regular exercise. Especially senior citizens, you need to be very, very careful. Okay. So unless and until you start doing these exercises regularly, you will not be able to enjoy life. So please take note of it. And the best exercise, can you imagine what is the best exercise in today's scenario? How can it be made very easy?
Walking.
Correct. If you start going for a morning walk or evening walk for just 30 minutes and sweat little bit, you actually should sweat. It should not be like, okay, I'm just going for a stroll. It has to be brisk walking, and you should be able to say that, yes, today this t-shirt I have to put it for washing. If you are putting the same t-shirt the next day, that means you are actually not walking. You need to change your t-shirt every day after every exercise, because that itself shows that you have sweated. If you have not sweated it out, it is not an exercise. So please ensure that you do an exercise every day of at least 1 hour, because if you dedicate just 1 hour out of 24 hours, automatically you can start living longer. It's basically that you are servicing your body much better. So after this we go to the second one. This is like a car, which I'm saying, if you want to keep in good shape, you have to service it regularly. The second and also very important one is regarding diet. As far as diet is concerned, let me tell you, people who have not proper timing of food, especially who don't have food or meals properly, that is having late dinners, in between snacking, definitely will always have diabetes and cholesterol problems. Especially late dinners will get affected very badly because digestion needs time. So anytime you have some meals, see that you don't sleep immediately. Anybody who sleeps within half an hour of having dinner will definitely have diabetes. But if you can have a dinner early, spend 2 hours in doing any of the homework or anything, moving around, or even a walk, automatically you will be much better off. So the main thing as far as food is concerned, see that you restrict non-veg food as far as possible, especially red meats. Now why red meats? Anybody knows what is the reason?
Lots of fats.
Lots of fats, okay. But most important is, it takes 3 times the time to digest as compared to the veg food. Like if veg food takes about 1 hour to 1.5 hours to get digested, non-veg food will take 4 to 5 hours to get digested. And most of the time, it doesn't even get digested because we usually have it late, and then of course you just pass it off in the form of stools without even digesting. So you're actually filling up your stomach with something which cannot be digested properly. And especially pork meat, beef meat and the mutton, it's very, very difficult to actually digest. So please try and see that you reduce this type of foods as far as possible, and oily foods. Oily foods increase your cholesterol and the stickiness of the food, so the digestion takes longer. And the best therapy for this is, if any of you all can start drinking 1 glass of warm water before lunch or before dinner, automatically your diet will reduce. And that the body only will say, my stomach is full. If you just start drinking 1 glass of water before the lunch or before dinner, automatically you will start feeling that the stomach is full, and automatically your consumption becomes lesser. So try to drink water before meals and not after meals. After meals, you can have to help in digestion, but if you have it before, automatically your consumption will start reducing. And in between snacking, especially with this oily stuff like samosas, buttered vadas and all, if you do it regularly, definitely you're going to increase your carbohydrates as well as your sugar levels will start going up. And let me tell you, the normal protocol is, they always say, breakfast, have the maximum, lunch, reduce, and dinner should be the least. So you should reduce as far as dinner is concerned and possibly try and have an early dinner. Because the earlier you do it, the more time you get for digestion. And the better the digestion, lesser the cholesterol. Because people who have got high cholesterol are usually people who sleep late and eat late. And then these people who don't get proper sleep, definitely their cholesterol levels will always be high. Why? Because their digestion doesn't happen properly. So as far as the diet is concerned, please take care of your diet and see that you take care of your sugar levels so that it doesn't risk your body. Because in this world, I'm telling you, every day is make of this that eating carefully, like mindful eating, like especially when I read that book Ikigai. And fortunately, when I went to Japan, I noticed one thing which is really useful. The Japanese people, they respect food very much. They will always pray before their meals. And the best part is, they will never serve you in a big plate. They'll always serve you in a quarter plate. Now, why do they serve in a quarter plate? You know the reason? Portions, and main thing is no wasting. We Indians, I have noticed, we waste the maximum. So at least be mindful when you eat. Don't waste food at the end of the day. So if you can start having dinner in small quarter plates, it will actually start triggering your mind whether you can eat double 2-3 times, no problem. But automatically when you serve it in quarter plates, you will start restricting your dinner diet. So because our big thalis are very big, so we keep on putting as much as we want, and then at the end we simply waste the thing. So this thing, and especially when I've been to Tokyo, that time I've seen it live, and especially when they eat with the sticks and the chopsticks and all, and the way they have it, they'll never overeat, and they always pray before meals. I wonder how many of us are doing it. Okay, because we have been blessed with that. So take mindful decisions as far as eating is concerned, and please don't waste it. There are many who don't get that also. Third thing, of course, very important is regarding sleep, because this is a very important topic, but I will just take only 1 or 2 minutes on this. As far as sleep is concerned, minimum period of time when you need to sleep is minimum 7 to 8 hours a day. And the best time is actually from 11 to 3. A research has been done. Between 11 to 3, maximum metabolism takes place in your body, and the body starts repairing all the tissues whichever are damaged. So people who sleep after 11 usually will have very high cholesterol. So if you are not sleeping before 11, you are actually going to be destroying your body. Because 11 to 3 is the most critical even as far as the mind is concerned. Because what happens is, by the time you reach 11 o'clock, if you start lying down, first you will have some rapid eye movements which are not controllable. So you will start getting different thoughts, and most of the dreams happen at that time. And some of it will happen after 3 o'clock. But actually speaking, between 11 to 3, mostly will never dream. Dreams come before 11 and after 3. Because that is the time when the body is now in hyperactive mode. But the thing is, the mind is working, but you are still not able to understand what exactly means. You are not conscious about it. So your subconscious mind starts working between 11 to 3. And this time, everybody should be in deep sleep. So to get the deep sleep, you have to lie down, lights have to be off, mobiles have to be put off at least by 9 or 9:30. Now if you are keeping a mobile next to you, your chances of getting fast sleep is very difficult. So you need to keep it at a distance so that you don't have that radiation coming on you. Because many people I've noticed, they keep their mobile with them only and they sleep with that only. So as if you can leave your wife but you can't leave your mobile. It's like that. So mobile has become so much precious that this mobile is actually causing a lot of problems. So try and keep that restriction on that. By 9 o'clock, put off your mobile or just put off the sound so that you don't take any calls after 9. Unless they are emergency calls. So because once you put off the mobile, automatically your body and mind starts going into rest mode. And for those who don't get sleep immediately, they have to start practicing meditation. And let me tell you, with meditation, you can get sleep within 3 to 5 minutes itself. If you know how to meditate, anybody can get sleep immediately. I am fortunate because even before I used to even take sleeping tablets. But by the time I learned about meditation, I gave up all this because now I can sleep within 5 minutes. Because if you all don't understand, try and do it. Now, in all our Living Happily with Diabetes Club, we are practicing meditation. So much so that we have conducted courses on it already at the Shadi Vidyan that we had in Adasai. So we have conducted sessions on meditation. So those of you who don't get proper sleep should actually practice meditation. Because with that exercise, you can actually improve your sleep patterns. Then of course, this is a very important topic which I feel is very interesting for me. Positive attitude and the act of gratitude. Now in this, I'll tell you, the moment you start appreciating people, the best gift that you can have is actually learning to appreciate. If you can appreciate even one soul or one human being who comes in front of you, in a day do one appreciation, you will live at least 10 years longer. But the moment you start criticizing or complaining, this is not good, he is not doing this, he is not doing that, because you always want to correct others. So if you start depreciating, automatically you yourself will get depreciated. If you start appreciating, you yourself will start appreciating. Because whatever you say will come back to you. Life is an echo. So if you start saying that that person is bad, that means you yourself are bad. So whatever you say is an echo to what is inside you. So if your mind is thinking negative, automatically you will also become negative. So start with the appreciation, and of course the act of gratitude. The best exercise I feel is prayer. During your prayers, if you want the best exercises, please write down on a piece of paper what has God blessed you with. Has He blessed you with the house? Has He blessed you with the 5 senses? Has He blessed you with the clean air? He has blessed you with so much of things which are there. Have you ever taken time to thank Him, or are you asking Him? If you start asking Him, that means you are still negative. But if you start thanking Him and say that whatever is there is mine, in the sense, whatever you want me to have, I will have it. So have full faith on Him, and He will definitely guide you, and start appreciating. Because let me tell you, the moment you start with the act of gratitude, you will start getting more. But if you start asking for something, He will say, this is not meant for you, I know what you require, you don't tell me what I should give you. Because I have created you in a special image. I have not made you like anybody else. You are unique. Now don't tell me that because someone else has that, you also should have. Because I have created you as a special image of my own. So don't expect everything to have everyone, and don't compare with others. You thank yourself and start believing that you are special. So once you start appreciating your good things, automatically you start thanking Him, He will start giving you more. And that is what even I have experienced. The moment I stop asking, today I am getting more and more, because I am only thanking Him. So stop asking and only start thanking in your prayers. In your prayers, please don't ask for anything. Because the moment you start asking, that means you are not happy with what you have. Okay, so have that sense of gratitude. Then the 5th one, okay, no matter the challenge, have the power. Okay. Now the main thing is, this is one thing which I found very interesting. People who live lonely lives at home, and especially now when all our children are gone abroad, and you stay at home alone, automatically you start increasing your stress levels and your sugar levels go up. Like I'll give you a typical example of my mother only. Now when my father passed away, it was in 2016. And all the 3 sons, we have 3 brothers, so all 3 of us have got our own houses. So we were living separately and they were living in the main house. But the moment my father passed away, mother's sugar levels started increasing. So much so that when she injured her toe, it became into gangrene. And within 6 months, she had to be put on insulin. But what was the reason? All this time she was just taking tablets, she was not having any insulin. But after daddy's passing away, her sugar levels went up. That is the thing, the loneliness which we feel. So why we have made this Living Happily with Diabetes clubs is so that we can remove away that loneliness by coming in the group. Because I have noticed it, most of our senior citizens today are living lonely lives at home. Because their children are all working abroad or working in somewhere in India. So if you don't have that company to share your problems, then the problem starts. So social connections are very important. And today I want to put this for any person from your, because you all are from different places. If you all can bring a group of senior citizens together in your village or in your city, we can organize another senior citizens club specifically just to improve your social connections. Because if all the senior citizens in your area meet for 1 hour a day in the form of doing exercises like morning walks or at least mixing up with each other, automatically your life will start improving. Identify those senior citizens who are living lonely lives in your area. Invite them to join the groups. And fortunately now, just before yesterday, we have celebrated the World Heart Day, and now Rotary Club all over Goa have joined with Navimar to actually take this diabetes movement ahead. So now what has happened, just on on 29th, we conducted a total of 14 diabetic detection camps at various locations through the Rotary Club. In fact, it was at most of the KTC bus stands. And we identified quite a few, like especially in Ponda, we found quite a few of diabetic people. So now these, on Friday, I'll be meeting all of them at the Rotary Hall. They are inviting all the diabetic people, and then we might recommend them to join the 2 clubs which are already there, or we might start another one in Ponda. Then Rotary Club of Vasco has done it, 3 Rotary Clubs in Margao have done it, Rotary Club of Kurcharam has done it, and Rotary Club of Kunkolim. So these are the clubs which have actually taken this mission forward as far as diabetes is concerned. So we try to improve them. So if you know anybody in your location who is living a life alone, please call them to join the group and let them live a better life. So let's try and do something for these people. Then of course the next one is identifying life's purpose, because most of us, I don't know whether you all have answered this question. Suppose by chance you die today, what will you be remembered for? Now the thing is, God has blessed you, and all our senior citizens, you will have vast experience. Like 30 years, 40 years you have been working in a single profession, you have so much of experience in your profession. What are you doing with that experience? Are you sharing that experience with the youngsters? Are you making use of your talents with your youngsters? What are you doing with it? Because finally, unless and until you find your life's purpose, you will not be able to live long. Like say for me, I've been able to do it much before. By the time I turned 50 itself, I'm doing what people are doing at 60. In the sense, running a mission and helping people live better lives. So when I find that purpose, like now say for example, when I was standing outside, doctor, we have come, say hello, everybody said hello. So how would you feel when you have so many friends of yours? How would you feel when you have all the connections in such a way that yes doctor, you are making a big difference to our lives? That is the feeling that which you have to get as far as purpose. So you might be able to contribute in a small way, but try and do something which is meaningful, rather than saying that I'm not supposed to do anything. And then when you find yourself useless, automatically you start becoming, because most of people, family, house and myself, going out of the place, helping someone else is something that is required so that you can enjoy life. Because the moment you do something for someone and that person prays for you, you will be blessed 100 times. But if you pray for yourself, God will never listen. That I can give you guarantee. You might even go for 100 masses, He will not listen to you. You might go temple 100 times, He will not listen. Finally, He will only ask, what did you do with what I have given you? I have blessed you with so and so talent. You give me the account when you die. What have you done with it? If you have done a difference and somebody else prays for you, automatically He hears it 100 times. So your prayers are not required. Others have to pray for you. So if you want others to pray for you, you have to make a difference to their lives with whatever God has blessed you. So try and do something constructive and identify life's purpose. And the most important, which we are very passionate about, as you know, is regarding enjoying life with the financial freedom. Now what is financial freedom? Financial freedom means ability to spend whenever you want. And for that, we should not have restrictions. And fortunately, we have some of our clients whom we have changed their lives after retirement and they are enjoying. So I'll just play some of the videos. One from each of the offices. The first one is of course from Vasco office.
I would like to bring to your kind notice the advantages of investing today in mutual funds, because you must be aware that mutual funds give many more returns than keeping it in a fixed deposit. In fixed deposits you only get interest, but your capital doesn't grow. It remains same. With mutual funds, you can withdraw. At the same time, your capital keeps on growing. Even when you're sleeping also, every hour your capital is increasing. Like for example, in my case, in 2016, I put about 15 lakhs. Dr. Celso Fernandes Foundation. Then in July, in 2016, I first put about 15 lakhs. Then afterwards, later on, I put, in 2017, I put 12 lakhs. And then in November 2022, I put another 30 lakhs. So total, my investment purpose was about 57 lakhs. And then from then onwards, I started opting for SWP, which means a systematic withdrawal plan. It is almost as good as a pension. Like for example, from the purpose of 57 lakhs, in 2016, I was withdrawing 15,000 per month. Then in July 2018, I was withdrawing about 30,000. And in July 2022, I was withdrawing about 45,000. And in September 2024, I was withdrawing about 60,000, and yet my corpus of 57 lakhs has grown to more than 1 crore. So which I'm very, I'd like to express my gratitude to Dr. Celso and particular and Foundation for giving me all this valuable advice.
This is Mr. Bosco,
Hello, dear
retired police
citizens
officer.
on the world day that Noble Mark has fixed for us. Well, I have to tell you something, and that is regarding, especially we as government servants, as we near our time to retire or superannuate, we tend to wonder how will we supplement our income from the pension that we receive. So I was also 1 year before only, I was trying to see as to how I could diversify and get some extra money to add on to my pension. So I was looking to invest in some properties, in agriculture, land. I was also looking whether I should invest in some flats or shops. But nothing was really materializing until my wife told me that Dr. Celso had come to their school and given them a talk on mutual funds and how you could invest in such funds. So I took the cue and I met Dr. Celso. And I told him, the doctor, that since I will be superannuating in the following year, I will be receiving quite an amount like my GPF and other funds. So how do I invest in it? How do I invest this amount? Well, he advised me that it would be better that you invest your funds in something called as E-flat. He says, two things. One, you will need, once you invest the amount, you will get a monthly income. And second, it will be tax exempted. So I was my Brighton year. So after my retirement, I invested about whatever GPF and all extra funds that I got, say to the tune about 70 lakhs. And I started getting 50,000 per month. So it added on to my pension, which gave me a very comfy lifestyle. In the process, we visited somewhere, we went abroad, we had nice vacations. So it gives you a very comfy living. And after that, after the year of me getting 50,000, I was advised by the doctor that you increase it. So now I'm getting another 10,000. And the best, you can say the crowning glory is that within a year and a half, my 70 lakhs has risen up. So today I can claim to be a crorepati. So that's another good news about it. Next, as I said, it is tax exempted. And above all, you can always keep a check of it on your mobile and see your amount rising. So I would advise all those, especially government servants who are due to retire, to invest in something called as E-flat, and I'm sure doctor will be able to give you a very satisfactory explanation as to how you can invest and become a crorepati. It's always good to see people progressing economically. You also progress spiritually. You should also start giving. Once you get such amounts, you should also be able to help others, and whether it is financially or whether by giving them good advice. So friends, have a wonderful day on this in your investments. Thank you.
The next we have is from Marga office. She is very much present here.
I'm Mrs. Diana Kabral, a retired teacher. I have taught for more than 25 years in Goa as well as in Gujarat and Silvassa. I retired in 2022 at Infant Jesus School. I met Dr. Celso in 2018 when I was teaching in St. Aloysius High School, Benaulim. He gave a talk on how you can make money work for you. It was a very good talk, and I felt that I should invest, and I started investing in 2018. Investing has helped me with lot of tax saving money. From my investment, I get a monthly lump sum which helped me in my daily needs, in my bills and all other excesses. I would say that there is no age to start investing money. So together we can make money work for us. Thank you.
Now we have from our Bonda office, Mr. Kailash Kandeparkar. Very anxious to listen to his talk. Can make out.
Celso Fernandes from Bori, Ponda. It gives me immense pleasure to share my views on my mutual fund investment, particularly systematic withdrawal plan. I started my mutual fund investment journey in the year 2015 when I was introduced to Dr. Celso Fernandes. Being a banker, my entire investments were in bank deposits. But when Dr. Celso convinced me about mutual fund and the benefits of compounding elements in mutual fund, I started investing in mutual fund. Later on, I was attracted towards SWP, that is systematic withdrawal plan. But since I was getting monthly pension, I was not required monthly SWP money. But my curiosity forced me, and as a sample, I have invested with 5 lakhs in SWP fund and started getting regular monthly installment on a fixed rate along with my pension. For a couple of months, I did not use this SWP money, but later on, when I realized that in spite of withdrawal, my mutual fund did not get reduced, but increased marginally. Now, I have decided to enhance the fund and utilize the SWP amount towards traveling. I have decided to travel twice in India and once abroad every year. I would like to advise you to follow the advice of Dr. Celso and get benefited. Thank you.
So, thank you. So this is basically what we at Navimarg are actually striving as far as possible. Is basically our tagline also goes, let's make money work for you instead of you working for money. But unfortunately today, what is happening with most of us as Goans, we are living poor but dying rich. Why? Because we are savers. We just want our money to sleep there in the bank. We just wanted to enjoy the AC room. We don't want to make it work. So keeping money in the bank, keeping money in your post office, you only will end up paying more taxes. In fact, today morning also I had an IAS officer who had come over from Delhi. She is retired. She is from Karmana. And the thing is, the amount of tax that she is paying, because one side she is getting pension and the interest on the FDs is increasing her tax much higher. So when you park your money in the bank or in the post office, please understand, whatever interest you get is taxable as compared to parking it in mutual funds and taking a systemic withdrawal, wherein you will not be paying a single rupee tax unless and until it crosses more than the limit which is there. So most of you should actually take the benefit of it, because even if you don't require it, take it and start doing something for someone else. But don't allow this money to sleep there. if you're allowing your money to sleep and you're not generating income, like now say for example, I say I have invested in this business, and if there's no income, then you say that business is dead. Or if I have bought a flat or bought a shop and that shop is not generating any income, that means it's a dead investment. So same way, if your FDs and your deposits and even your mutual funds, if it is not generating any income for you, it is not an investment, it is a saving. So you need to generate this income and start doing something for someone else. Because when you are blessed, you can easily start making use of this. And the more you give, the more you get. And let me tell you, rich is not how much you have, rich is how much you give. And for that, November has started with some, we have already started getting some patrons who are actually contributing 1% of their total AUM to us. And what we are getting now is more than 2 crore rupees for the purpose of doing work for the society. So this is because we know now how to make our money work, and the moment we start giving, definitely we start living longer. But the moment you start giving, you will die faster. Just remember that. Because keeping money and just looking at it, whether it's safe or not, will not help you enjoy life. You need to make that money work. Start generating some income from it, and definitely you'll enjoy life much better. So a summary: daily exercise, proper diet, adequate sleep, positive act of gratitude, identifying life's purpose, social connections, and of course financial freedom. So this book today, again, this only on whenever we have any occasions, actually is available on Amazon for 195 rupees. Only today in this hall we have 100 copies which we are ready to give it for 100 rupees. So if you all want to give to any of your friends, if you all want to read yourselves, you can pick it up at the counter behind. This offer is only for today, otherwise on Amazon you can buy it. It is available for 195. In fact, just 2 days back I was in Delhi for a conference. I just took the copies, it went off like hotcakes, in the sense that everybody wants it. So if you all require it, today it's available for just 100 rupees per copy. What my suggestion would be, if you can contribute 500 rupees to the foundation, take 5 copies and gift it to your 5 best friends. And it's one of the best gifts that you can give, provided that friend reads and doesn't just keep it in the showcase. So that person, whoever you're giving, see that that person reads it. So because each and every point is critical for you to enjoy life. It's not only health, it is also regarding wealth. So you can do both the things together. So thank you once again, because I've already taken 10-15 minutes extra. But we will start the magic show as soon as possible. So I request Stephen to come ahead and he will start entertaining, because I could see some of you were almost dozing. Some no, I saw already, and I noticed also who was sleeping, I know.